You're listening to Winnipeg's Classic 107. My name is Simon Rusnak. Tonight, music rings out from Canada's largest open-air theatre again with a public reading of Ma-buhay, a new musical at Rainbow Stage. To learn more about it, I'm joined by creator Joseph Sevillo and Rainbow Stage artistic director Carson Nattrass. Hello to you both.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Joseph, let me start with you. Can you tell us a little bit more about the story of Ma-buhay?
Ma-buhay centers around three leading characters named Honey, David, and Selena, and they are the top three grand finalists of a highly televised Filipino reality singing competition. So you get to follow their journeys, and they all have different reasons why they want to win the crown of Star on the Rise.
It sounds like a really fascinating story, really gripping. I mean, it's a music competition, so you know the music is going to be good. But more than that, this is an all-Filipino musical. Why was that important for you to create?
Yeah, growing up in Winnipeg, I've been a musical theater professional for about 24 years, and there was a gap there. I never really had any male Filipino mentors that I could look up to, navigating this kind of business of musical theater. So, after many years of trying to fit into a box that was not necessarily made for me, I just thought, it would be nice to have a Filipino musical considering that Winnipeg has the largest population of Filipinos per capita. And we all know that Filipinos love to sing, dance, and act. So that's kind of what motivated it.
Yeah, the importance of seeing oneself not only on the stage, like you were saying, but in the very fabric of the work that is being presented on the stage, right?
Absolutely.
So I know there was a first reading of this. I think it was back in March of 2020, and we all know what's happened since. I'm curious, how has the work changed and evolved through the past 18 months of the pandemic?
Yeah, so that back in March, that was actually our second reading,
Ah.
and the work has completely changed. I think going through COVID and having that space away from the script really gave me that time to reflect on what story I really wanted to tell, and I've garnered a lot of help from many brilliant minds. But it was actually a blessing in disguise for me to be able to really reflect on why I started this and what kind of show I wanted to bring to the table. And I'm really excited because the show that you will witness tomorrow is really close to what I always imagined it to be. So.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Carson, I can see you nodding over there. I want to bring you into the conversation. Since taking over as artistic director of Rainbow Stage, you produced some classic musical tales like Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella, which I'm pretty sure you were in, Joseph. But you've also given opportunity to more local features, like I'm thinking of Danny Scher's Strike, the musical, and now Ma-buhay. Can you speak a little bit more to this seemingly new focus on the local element as well for Rainbow?
Well, Rainbow Stage has always had a Manitoba First mandate that has stewarded the careers of many performers on their way to their dreams of whether it's Broadway, the West End, into television and film. But I wanted to expand that into every field. So even the areas that you don't see, and that includes the stories we tell. You were just speaking to the power of representation in regards to Joseph's journey and creating something out of and for the Filipino community. But I see that also as my job as a Manitoban, that if we tell our own stories, if we employ our artists to see that they have a voice to tell, to share their story with the world, then we start having impact that's far deeper than we had before, because it doesn't change the mandate. It doesn't change that we do fun, awesome musical theater on an epic scale for 2,000 people in our venue. Like the Manitoba musicals are just, the whole point is to put them on a trajectory to Broadway as well.
Well, I mean that it is such an inspiring tale. I mean, how many great performers have crossed the stage of Rainbow Stage, and now to be putting that focus on local productions too. I mean, it adds to the magical story of Rainbow Stage. I'm really curious. You must be really excited to have performers back on that stage at Rainbow, aren't you?
Well, we've been working out of the stage now for a few weeks. It's been a really rough few months, obviously, few months, year and a half. For us, 2 full seasons of not doing our full productions, right? And so to hear the voices working in our various like large spaces that we have, that we're blessed to have out at Kildonan Park, it's like the heartbeat is back. It's like the purpose is back. And the work that Joseph has done, I just want to compliment him. I don't have enough time to do this because he's always working, but I can really feel the difference from the last reading to today, that he found something in himself that has made its way to this reading that we're going to do on Wednesday night. And so we go onto the stage tonight, so like we'll finally actually have the voices and everyone on the stage. And so I want the audience to also understand that this is the first time we've ever done anything like this. So my mom asked, are they going to sing the songs? I'm like, oh, I see, because he said reading. It sounds like we might not be doing that, but the reading is a full performance and sing through behind their music stand. And they have learned, what is it, like 26 songs in a 2 hour and 15-minute piece in a week. So it's an extraordinary group of people.
It really is. Joseph, can you speak a little bit more to the cast of performers who are going to be performing this work of yours?
Yeah, so the cast was just handpicked by people that I've connected with in my community. The age ranges vary from all the way from 11 years old, having their first professional contract, to 73 years old. So I really wanted to capture in my story not only that this is for emerging artists that are young, it could be for artists that are older that really didn't get their chance before. So, we have a range of people having their first experience in theater, and then we have a star from Europe who has had a lengthy career in musical theater, Joy Lazo's daughter, Meredez, and she's come back to Winnipeg to be a part of this. So it's just, there's a great mentorship sort of feeling going on in the room. And I'm just really excited for everyone to really witness the talents of the Winnipeg Filipino community here.
Well, you can really hear about how the community has come together to support this project and this endeavor of yours, Joseph. It really is such an inspiring tale, and I'm so curious to hear it. I'm so curious to see it, and it happens down at Kildonan Park at 7 p.m. Joseph, the last question I want to ask you is, where do you see Ma-buhay going in the future?
Ma-buhay, his goal is to land on Broadway as the first all-Filipino show, and essentially the world. I want it to tour all over Canada, all over the United States, and eventually just be one of those Broadway shows that are seen all over the world. So that's the destination.
And you can see it here first at Rainbow Stage, so you better head on down there. Joseph, Carson, thank you both for taking the time to chat with me at Classic 107 today.
Thank you. Yeah, Wednesday, September 1st at 7 p.m.